saw the exact same. A lot of people saw it. There was a UN document. This is common knowledge, and it basically outlined the lockdowns, and they just gave it to each country and allowed each country to tweak it for their own people, to make it more palpable for their people, and to give the impression that it wasn't an international document disseminated to all countries to make it people think that every country made up their own rules. No, 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 no. The 5 levels of lockdown were in there. In a place like Ireland, they went level 1 to 5. In a place like Canada, where we like colors, now we got green to gray. It's still 5 levels of lockdown. All the 5 levels are identical. They used Australia as the model for the 5th level of lockdown, where you can't leave your house, you can't go can't literally do anything. And that's what they really want to do here. Well, I heard about the mandatory quarantine hotels, and I knew right away it's a complete violation of our rights. And the only reason they're doing it is because they want to convince you to accept the vaccine passport. I want to stress that. Everything that they're doing, closing your business, closing your gym, forcing you to wear a mask, all the stuff they're doing is to try to convince you that it's a good idea for you to go along with this idea of a vaccine passport so they can vaccinate you multiple times a year, every year, and then use that as an excuse to prevent you from travel, work, congregating, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And if you think it's a conspiracy theory, they already have it in place in Israel, and they've already made it quite clear that if you don't get vaccinated, you're going to be relegated to small shops and grocery stores, and you're basically shunned from the rest of society. And that's what they want. They want a complete medical tyranny on you. Once you give in to medical tyranny and you do not have bodily autonomy, and they can literally forcibly inject you with whatever they want as a pretense for you to live your life, are you free? Absolutely not. That's the most invasive violation of our rights thus far. And that's why they waited an entire year of demoralizing you and destroying your life and making you as hopeless as possible, so you will not just accept it, you will beg for it. That's what they're doing. They're doing psychological warfare on you to weaken you to the point where you will not only accept defeat, you will accept perpetual defeat for the rest of your life.
Boom shakalaka, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters around the world. It is your boy Crisho, aka the Esoteric Noetic, aka the Chocolate Nubian Sobrada from Ghana, West Africa. Dropping the wisdomatic truth bombs here in Melbourne, Australia. You can rely on me. You know, I'm True Blue. I stand with Dan, Fauci, ScoMo, George Soros, Joe Christ Biden. I'm on team meh. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. Breaking news. So, apparently a lot of countries in Europe have been suspending the rollout of the AstraZeneca boom shakalaka. Now, I think they're all anti-vaxxers, and I think it's disgusting. And I'm surprised that no one is calling these people anti-vaxxers. These countries, apparently, Sweden, on Tuesday became the latest to join a growing list of countries to suspend the use of the Oxford at AstraZeneca boom shakalaka. Now, I don't know why everyone is not getting angry at these countries. They're all anti-vaxxers. Perhaps they're only anti-vaxxers when the government rolls out a campaign targeting the public, targeting people that don't want to take the boom shakalaka. Then they're anti-vaxxers. However, when politicians, scientists of these nations show a bit of hesitancy, well, they're just being cautious. You know, they're just following the signs. Interesting world we live in. But experts in the UK and elsewhere in Europe are calling it a disaster for the continent's already delayed boom shakalaka rollout. I love how this most of the mainstream news outlets, they always have this narrative that, you know, if there's been any kind of halt with the deployment of the boom shakalaka, it's terrible because there are obviously so many people that are being affected, and so many people, I'm sure, that are dying. Now, of course, I'm not going to comment on any of that because it seems that anytime you say something that is in line with what the World Health Organization are actually presenting in regards to the mortality rate of the boom shakalaka 19, YouTube will take it as an opportunity to strike your video because they don't like anything, in my opinion, that presents a negative narrative that this thing is less dangerous than what they deem it to be so. But ladies and gentlemen, I think it's very clear that a lot of the countries in Europe, at least according to CBS News, are saying, maybe we should take a step back from rolling out this boom shakalaka. The Anglo-Swedish pharmaceutical company that teamed up with the prestigious university to produce the drug has said that a review of 17 million people in the UK and Europe who've received the vaccine found that fewer than 40 developed blood clots, even lower than you'd expect to find in the general population. Okay, that's according to AstraZeneca. But I have a question. I'd be curious, and this is just a question, how many people have actually died within a few days of taking it? How many people have had adverse reactions? How many people have had or are going to have long-term reactions? Now, I'm not going to give you the answer to this, but I would urge you to do some research, to have a look at the history of AstraZeneca, history of Pfizer, have a look at some of these vaccine courts, and of course, don't jump to any conclusions, but I would just urge you to do some research. That's all. That's all. Can I at least urge you to do that? I mean, unless YouTube is against people being able to do research now, I presume it's okay to say that, to actually try to confirm the narrative that is presented from the mainstream news. How about that? The incident of clotting is similar to that seen with all boom shakalakas, according to CBS News. CBS News has found, including the Moderna and Pfizer formulas currently being used in the US. Denmark, Iceland, and Norway were among the first to halt use of the Oxford University-developed boom shakalaka on March 11. The following day, Thailand abruptly slammed the brakes on the boom shakalaka just before it was set to be rolled out. That decision was reversed on Tuesday as the Thai Prime Minister got his first dose of the boom shakalaka and urged his fellow Thais to do the same. Woo! Bulgaria, Ireland, the Netherlands, Germany, France, and Spain have also decided to suspend use of the boom shakalaka, with some saying they would wait at least until the European Medicines Agency, the EU's pharmaceutical regulator, issues new guidance on the boom shakalaka. It approved weeks ago. The agency's expert panel was gathering Tuesday to review data on clots. So it seems that the only issue to be concerned about is just blood clots. All right. I'm going to leave it there. Oh, finally, love this, no evidence. The drug's maker has been adamant that there's no daughter. I repeat, absolutely no. For all you conspiracy theorists out there, there is no daughter. There is no evidence. None. Zero. Nothing. To suggest any link between its boom shakalaka and any serious side effects. And several independent health authorities have backed up that stance. And CBS News said it, AstraZeneca said it, so it must be true. Now, I'm not going to comment on the veracity of this, but I will say that it is a fact that AstraZeneca has been involved in many lawsuits, totaling up to lots and lots of monies for negligence in relation to the boom shakalaka. Now, for the YouTube fact checkers, I would advise you to check that before you decide to do anything that is misleading. Like striking this video for presenting nothing but the truth. Of course, it is now illegal to present anything that is truthful on any of these platforms, so I'm not even going to present information. I'm simply just going to encourage people to do their own research and and do whatever the fuck they want to. Ladies and gentlemen, freaks and geeks, peace out, keep it real. Don't drive and text. Peace be upon your butt cheeks. Sure to check out the Telegram group, and stay woke. Ow!
What is liberty?
What the? Who says you can't build muscle on a vegan diet?
What's it like being a hottie in the vegan community? There are no political solutions, only technological ones.
The economics of the system don't allow multiple competing systems to survive.
Engineering, technology, these arts of humanity, they are magic.